started, why?
I started Black Girls Code for a similar reason to why you started DigiCan. It was so that I could reshape the face of technology and make sure that it included faces that look like mine and faces that look like my daughter, who was this heavy gamer in our household and was really interested in getting to the tech field, or me, who had gone and gotten my degree in electrical engineering 20 plus years before that and still saw that the industry was not diverse at all. And so I really wanted to reshape that consciousness that society has of what it sees when it sees a computer scientist or it thinks of a computer science. It's typically a white male. Definitely doesn't, they don't think of an African American woman, a Latino woman, a Native American woman. And so the goal of Black Girls Code was really to shape that image and also to teach these girls the skills to actually become that.
Where was a tipping point, a study or something you saw and be, oh, I need to do that?
Without a doubt, it was looking at the data that came out of the Department of Revenue in the U.S. that showed that the number of girls receiving bachelor's degrees in computer science had dropped dramatically from mid-80s, well, that's when I graduated, to today. So at that time, about 35% of women received computer science, bachelor's degrees in computer science. Today it's like 12 or 14%. So drastic drop, whereas all these other hard science skills have actually increased for women in receiving those bachelor's degrees. And then looking at the numbers even, and more specifically, African American women only get about 3% of bachelor's degrees in computer science, and Latinas like 1% or less. And that was shocking to me because I really remember when I was going to college, there were not that many of us in my classes. It was very few. And to think that today it's even less, it was just appalling to me to see that, especially living in the Bay Area where technology was all around. And so that study was a tipping point in my mind of seeing the urgency of this problem and really deciding to do something to solve it rather than just let it be.
How do you measure success? There will be more graduates or more people in charge in those technology areas?
I would say both. It's like for our organization, our end point is to get these girls through high school and on a pathway to studying computer science or some type of tech career once they go to college. But it goes beyond that because I want them to take these skills and take this learning that they get in post-secondary education and then start companies of their own, become the leaders of companies that exist today. So I think the work that we do serves a dual purpose. For one, getting girls to study it, but also to become the leaders and entrepreneurs of tomorrow. So I'm hoping that the work that we are doing will in 10 years, 20 years, 30, 40 years, create a more diverse tech industry overall.
As now, what are the shifts you currently see and that reinforce the good you're doing for these girls? What are the signs that, we are on the right path?
One of the signs that I see is definitely over the last 4 years a more consistent conversation around diversity and inclusion. Like everywhere, everyone is talking about diversity and inclusion in the tech industry, elsewhere as well. But that wasn't the case just 5 years ago. So I think more so than anything, we have shifted the conversation. So now it's no longer, the elephant in the room that there are no women or people of color sitting around these tables. Everybody has accepted that that is a unfortunate reality, and the conversation now has shifted to how do we change that dynamic.
Do you face sometimes some critics because your initiative is targeted for black.
Yes.
Yeah. And how do
Yeah.
we respond to that?
So we received lots of questions when we first started it. Like, why did you name it Black Girls Code? Why shouldn't it be just Girls Code or All Girls Code? All the time. And we really countered that with this answer is that our organization is not exclusive, meaning that if any girl wants to participate, she has that opportunity. But our goal is to focus on this demographic because we are the least represented, and they're the ones that are overlooked. So if you look at any industry, but in particular in the technology industry, the lowest person in terms of representation is women of color. And so why not focus on them? Why not elevate the work that we're doing to focus on this particular group of women that are being passed by all the other opportunities? I think now that we've gained some, I think, recognition in the industry around the work that we do, we get those questions less, but we still get them. But we really don't care because our goal is really focused on changing the dynamics around representation for women of color.
In the near future, if you want to help and have a positive impact on Black Girls Can Code, what can we do as a community?
Definitely reach out and get involved. Our goal is to reach 1 million girls and teach 1 million girls of color to code by the year 2040. So we want to see this movement expand and grow across the U.S. and abroad, across the world. So definitely reach out, find out how we can start an initiative in your community and help us reach more girls.
Thank you, Kimberly.
Thank you.